It was at this moment that he knew.
He bucked up. Welcome. You're listening to Bucked Up with Sam Buck.
Fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you have fucked up.
How did you meet up with them?
Shit, man. So if you look back at the Danny Brown old trailer, so like what happened was I have this puppet named Reggie Bo. Reggie Bo's weed, and you know, back in Detroit, it was just a Detroit thing. Nobody really knew about it quite outside of Detroit yet. And I used to use Danny Brown's music, and so then someone sent it to Danny. Danny really liked it. Like, man, it's, you know, whatever he said. I don't know. So I'm sure it was high pitch. And then he asked his director, a guy named Tone Foster, a dope director. He asked him to, who was directing his video, to reach out to me and see if I'd be interested in coming to do the video. It was at his grandma's house. So I went because I was in Detroit, and just as a fan, I'm just like, what the fuck? And then next thing you know, we just started hanging all the time. Whenever we were in town at the same time or in the same city, you know what I'm saying? So you'll see me and Danny at like Eric Andre's parties and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that just, you know, we just really just started rolling tight. And then I just, you know, I was deemed a bruiser.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Bruiser Brigade is so fucking every artist out of
Bruiser,
there.
that's my crew. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for real.
When I heard Bruiser Wolf for the first time, when I listened to Dope Game Stupid,
Yeah.
I was like, God damn, this is so different. And then when I got to talk to him, I just like interview him and find out he had a full ass job. Like he was a landscaper.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. No, they have. So you got Bruiser Wolf, you got Triple
JUS.
Black, you got JUS, you got Zaloopers, then you got Fat Ray. Like
so good.
I mean, like they have a Wu-Tang clan. You just don't know about it yet. You know
For
what I'm
real.
saying?
And then
a
Danny
Wu-Tang
leading-
clan.
Wu-Tang leading it up. I mean, Danny leading it.
Yeah, well, you know,
leading it,
Danny.
like, and
Danny, he's transitioned into like he almost looks like a godfather now. Like he's just like an OG in the rap game. It's so crazy.
Bruiser Wolf was saying that he was gonna maybe try to get into comedy, like doing, I don't know about stand up.
Well,
but like do
you know,
comedy shows and
you
shit.
know, he hangs with me. He also hangs with Hannibal Buress. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I could see Danny doing comedy. Danny's super duper funny, very charismatic. You ever been to one of his shows? It's like fucking insane.
So fucking
Man,
crazy.
I was some of the wildest. How like can we talk candidly on here, or just like for children or?
No, you can say whatever you want.
Dude, so we're at one of his shows in Detroit, which he has every Thanksgiving, Bruiser Thanksgiving. You should go to that.
I'm going to that this year. I'm
Okay. Fucking do not go. It's ridiculous. So fun. Anyway, the crowd is just very, very intense, and I've heard of people passing out. You know, fans going crazy. So what fans like to do is jump on stage, and then he has a big security that is like throw them or just toss them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, not like
stage diving type shit.
right, but it's more like violently getting them the fuck off the stage.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and I've seen a couple artists do. I know like Bam Bam does it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Would you ever do it?
Hell no. I don't. Man, please. That's all I need. If somebody to just grab my nuts like a monkey, and they're trying to pass me through the crowd, and my man got my nuts over there. I'm like, get my nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog. Like, you know. So no, I wouldn't do that. But this chick gets on stage, lifts up her dress, starts masturbating, and then starts squirting on the crowd. It was the craziest shit I've ever seen. And I think I had it on video, like maybe it's like 4 phones ago. You know how, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you lose that.
Man,
all right,
that shit was insane.
I am gonna have to go now.
Like, I remember, like, I don't know what update it was, but this was back when like the slow motion hit the cameras, so you could like go from like fast to slow. So, you know
slow motion squirts.
Man, yeah, no. Well, I didn't slow motion the squirt. I was behind her. I was on stage. So I'm on stage with Danny, like standing behind, just filming. So all you got is like the back of her dress, and then like droplets of like, it's like what the fuck, and it's like that's just the kind of fans, like dude, like they got those dudes.
She's
man.
into the music.
I guess maybe the bass was hitting. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows?
I saw a young boy get a shoe snatched while he was crowd surfing
What?
once. Yeah,
Yeah, like you got to be careful, man. Your wallet, your keys, like that. You know, I got a joint in my pocket right now. Like if I crowd surf, I would be like holding on to my joint.
You can
know
light
what I'm
that
saying?
up if you want.
Oh,
You can do anything.
yes, cool. I
Alright,
definitely
perfect.
will. Didn't want to say it, but you know.
No,
what
no,
I'm
you
saying?
can. You can.
So
light
ever
up
since
again.
ever since Keith Sweat and Bobby Brown had that versus last week, I've been saying everything as if Keith Sweat would do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, gonna spark my joint. I don't know why. I don't know why, but it just feels so good. It feels so good to
going
Keith
back,
Sweat everything. Go ahead.
When I first started listening to fucking Dope Game Snoop, I just couldn't stop talking like Bruiser Wolf. I couldn't do the fucking
Bruh, same,
step in the building. Didn't know what was going on. He just sounds like fucking mystical or some shit.
Yeah, he does have a mystical cadence. Like not so much his voice, but his cadence.
His
is
cadence,
weird.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
like,
he's also not like anybody. He's
give me the
not
mic. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, no, that's deep. Dang, I never thought about it like that.
Do you listen to any of the like trappier stuff out of Detroit, like the like
Oh my God,
out of like
Sodas.
and like out of Hip Hop Lab? Because I just had my boy Danny G on the podcast.
Yeah, listen, bro. Shout out to Lando Bando. Lando, your bitch, not to let your bitch go. All right, you know what I'm saying, bro? Listen to me, bro. I don't know if you understand this. I am very tapped into Detroit. So like 2015, I won Best Comedian in Detroit.
I saw you. How I found you is you murdered at Productively Stoned.
Thank
Like, you
you.
murdered harder than I've
Thank
seen
you.
someone murder in
Thank
a
you,
long
thank you.
time. You fucking.
Thank you. So here's the thing. I'm here in town filming Love Life, right?
Mhm.
But like in my class of comedians, like I'm like so there are 3 comedians who they said you need to look out for around this time, but it was like 5 years ago, right? It was myself, shout out to me, Carlos Miller, who was in 85 South,
Okay.
shout out to Los, and Robert Powell, who is like the Uber Eats guy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, of course, I mean, I'm sure he's making a jillion at Uber Eats, right? Then you got Los doing 85 South, and then here I am bringing up the rear. Like, my train of thought, the way that I think is my style, right? So it's like, you know, I bring a very imaginative style that I don't think a lot of black comedians are really allowed to tap into. Right, so like, you know, I do a lot of producing. I'm producing 2 shows right now. I'm writing a movie for DreamWorks.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, it's serious.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's kind of like I'm very behind the scenes until it's time to do stand up. And everybody's like, "What the fuck? Like, where you come from, bro?" I've been lurking. You know what I'm saying? Like very very close to the surface about what's And so in Detroit, which is where I was brewing at, what happened was, I decided, I came to LA in 2011 and I did this show, or I went to LA in 2011. I did this show and they taught me that you don't want to be an up and coming there. You just don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like New York maybe is a better place to be up and coming because of how much stage time you can get. But by the time you get stage time in LA, they want to hear your HBO style set. They want you to be ready. There's not a lot of workout in LA.
Yeah.
You know, not if you're looking to be, you know, that guy, you know. And so I'm like, okay. I went back to Detroit and I just grinded. I ended up getting on the radio in Detroit and I was like hosting summer jams. I became an intricate part in kind of like this, like the hip hop scene. You know, I'm a bruiser. You know, I roll with Big Sean and you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I was on stage hosting when Trick told Rick Ross he couldn't perform. That's like history. So if you watch it on FX, I was right there on FX on stage. Like, so like, yeah, bro, like my city, I'm super tapped in. Like, you know, I'm super proud of all of these guys, you know, from Sada to Peasy to Doughboy Cash Out to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like to Payroll and HBK and, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm this is what I listen to in the morning. This is what I, you know, open my eyes. It's like Detroit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, and so that's like, I'm very excited about being in New York, talking to you from Mass, talking about, you know what I'm saying?
For real, because Detroit,
how I grew up.
Buffalo is my favorite city in rap.
Mhm.
I love, shout out Griselda, shout out BSF, shout out Drumwork. Like and then Detroit is my second favorite city.
Mhm.
I mean, fuck, I you know, I saw Sean before he even had albums like open up for Wiz when I was like 12 years old. That was
Can I tell you something? Sean was in my office. Okay, so my frat brother one of my best friends over the last decade and a half. His name is Tommy Walker. Tommy Walker invented Detroit versus Everybody. Like, so that's Detroit versus Everybody by Tommy Walker. They just collab with Gucci or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tommy and I started a company called See Here, right? See Here. It was an audio visual company where we would do flyers and album art and videos, right? And we would concept the videos so that we storyline them and all of that.
Yeah.
We were horrible at videos because, you know, to be a video guy, you got to be a video guy.
When was this?
This was 2010 and 2011. And so Sean was one of Tommy's early clients for album art. So Tommy did Finally Famous Volume 1, 2, and 3, where he was crowd surfing with the pink Louis Vuitton zone. He also did all of Mike Posner's artwork.
With like the clouds up.
The clouds and the time. Remember all the little clocks that were melted everywhere. And so I remember Sean needed some last minute tweaks for the album art to go on Dat Piff. Right? So it was just a quick upload. But he uploaded it in our office. Because he's like, all right, it's time. Bam.
Yeah.
And we sat there and watched. It was just like he turned into something, like morphed. It was like David Blaine did something to him right there. I can't explain it to you. Like, he was in our office and it was like, oh shit, it's at 7,000. Oh shit, it's at 100,000. Oh shit, it's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
From
like,
the beginning, he was different though. Like did
because,
you know that before? Like, did you know musically?
Yeah. But listen, because Sean was smart, he was like almost like spiritual.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, it came across in his approach, and I like the fact that he began to talk about it in his life, because like you go over Sean's house and he'll be like, yo, take this book by Deepak Chopra. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? You know. Then, you know, later on I see like, oh, he's with Janae, who's like some kind of, she's like a mystical little god or something, you know, or goddess, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and their energy together, just looking at pictures, is like, whoa. It's like planets colliding, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's very deep, bro.
Are you spiritual at all?
Yeah, man.
I am. That's like, he helped me through that shit. He was the one who told me, he didn't tell me, that got me to read The Alchemist. For real. And that book changed. I mean, I've talked about that book too much on this podcast, but that book changed my life. And that's shout out Sean.
The book that he put me on was
Oh wait, keep talking to the mic.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. The book. I'm talking into the joint. Anyway, You want to hit that?
Is it just weed?
Yes, I promise.
All right.
What the fuck? Oh my god.
I don't smoke tobacco.
Thank you. Like all the raps and the spliffs. No, it's just weed, bro.
I'm 3 years sober.
It's just
from all
weed.
that shit.
You scare me. I'm like, what the fuck? Is a piece of people? What the fuck going on? I got a crazy shroom story to tell you too.
Oh wait,
I
we'll
just
talk
did
about
shrooms
that,
the first time 2 to 3 days ago.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Let's
Okay,
talk
so we'll
about
talk.
that.
Anyway,
All right.
it was the 7 habits of I have it on my phone. It was like the 7 habits of successful people, and just hearing them talk to me about it was like, he's like, bro, what people think of you is none of your business. How they act and what they do is not even like you have to get past this. We have to get past the ego that everything is about us. Even, you know what I'm saying? Like, because we get it as a baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there is an element of that that's true, right? But then that element that is true also makes it why everything is not about you. Like, everything is about you.
Yeah.
When you're minding your business. Like, in your space, there is a reality that is you, that you affect, that, you know, and it's like, so in that regard, yes, everything does revolve around you, but you also have to understand that you're in a multiverse of other planets of people who also, everything is revolving around them. So sometimes on a case-to-case basis, you have to adjust what's about you and what's not. And that's a decision that has to be made. That can unlock success for you. Because people will want to be around you because you let people be people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
It's just like, it's fucking crazy.
It's true. Like, yeah. I do want to find out what that book, but it's like the 4 agreements. When I was like, don't take anything personally. That, like,
I'm
the
sorry.
decision.
You're right. The 7, that was the book you said, but the conversation was from the 4 agreements.
Yeah.
That's what
the 4 agreements
yeah.
is like
That's
the not
what it
take
is.
anything personally, because
That's what that is. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm glad you said that.
it's true. Like, I'll take things. I used to be such like an angry person. Like, I would get angry at everything, and I would take everything personally. I'd be like, fuck the world, and then I'm like, everyone's dealing with their own shit. If I was in this situation, I probably would act the same way. And if not, why would I don't want to burn any bridges. I burned
Right.
enough bridges when I was younger. I'm not
Right.
trying to like have someone out there hating me or whenever they think
I
me,
think
they're
that
like, fuck that guy.
Yeah, I think that here's the thing that people don't understand, right? Fucking sweating with that bag on. Intelligence, it unlocks two things. Anger, because you're very aware of the bullshit. That's I got that from Vegas. It's called Mother Africa. It's a sativa. Yeah, I
It
just like it.
tastes so good.
Yeah, it has a very earthy, almost like a mossy kind of feel. Makes you feel like you're in one of those forests where it's like the stuff growing on the tree. You know, anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know what I'm saying?
No, for real.
So
It tastes like a really good tea. Like if you go to like a
yeah,
fancy
yeah,
tea place
yeah.
and you're like,
Oh,
all right, this
man,
has been
bro.
steeping from
bro.
Himalayas.
Okay. I got to talk to you about tea places too.
All right, we
So
got mushrooms.
So we got mushrooms and tea
places.
places.
Yeah,
Okay.
Thanks,
Man.
Ani.
So I forgot what I was just talking about. By the way, I forgot where I was going with it. Oh, it unlocks anger because you're very aware, and it unlocks. How can I say this? Because you're aware, intelligence unlocks your sexuality. Like when you get smart, you learn who you are and what you like, and then you take a stance on it. That's why, like, you know, when I was in college, I went to Michigan State, but like, you know, in my travels, chicks from U of M were a lot freakier because they were a lot smarter, and they understood. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, versus chicks at Michigan State were better looking. Like my wife is from Michigan State. You know what I'm saying? She was gorgeous. You know, like she's gorgeous. Like that's, you know, and she's great. I don't want to horrify her beds, but you understand what I'm saying? It's I in my small window of time where I got an opportunity to date people who weren't her, I saw that like, nerd sex is crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody's walking
Look
around
at me.
all
What
cool.
type of sex do you think I'm having?
I'm just letting you know. Like everybody walking around all cool. Like, oh, they must be fucking. But nah, because there's not a lot of originality at the peak of the at the top of the food chain. There's not a lot going on. But in the core of the, you know what I'm saying? In the core, which is like the people who make shit really happen. That's who's fucking in. No, you know what I'm saying? Like
this could be me just hitting that joint, but also I do feel like art. All right, look at art, and the best art isn't perfect. The best set that you'll ever have wasn't the most planned out set ever, and I think that kind of is how sex is also. Like it isn't. If you want it to be perfect, if it's like the people who do everything to be like,
I'm about to fuck you up. Ready?
That's not.
It's the we shouldn't be doing this sex. That's like, oh God. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's so good, but it's not even like you're not in your head. You ever notice like okay, about to get in deep, but it's like you ever like have sex with somebody for the first time, but like mad last long, and it's not even like it's whack. You just like there's like a strength in you that's like what the you know, and it's like and it's because it's almost like you haven't got in your own way of it. You haven't premeditated anything. There aren't any moves that you knew you were gonna do. You don't know this body. You don't understand how it's gonna respond. That's really like that's when it becomes like nature takes over. And
But
it's like,
that's what everything else is. The best things are when you're in that flow state.
Oh,
it's
most definitely.
It's like
Most definitely. I said
not
most
to
definitely.
not to get the best fucking sex I think I ever had was on a balcony in Barcelona. People definitely could see, but it was
Yeah.
just free. It was like what you weren't supposed to have. It was free. It was Barcelona. Like
It's like, what are we doing?
exactly.
What are we doing,
what is happening
Sam?
right now?
Oh my, you know, man, what? And so I just, you know, I think that those are huge incentives to really like explore, you know, questions, you know, about the universe and have questions about spirituality, and because that's the real intelligence.
But
when I speak about being smart, that's the real intelligence.
But the anger is real because ignorance is bliss. Like
most definitely.
especially as like sometimes at night I just want to get so high I don't have to think about what the fuck am I gonna do to make myself go to the next step, because I don't know about you if you have the type of brain where it's like, what's next?
Yeah,
Every
no.
time.
Trying to get to a level of myself that I respect is hard.
Yeah. I don't
Right?
think you ever will. I
Right.
think that's
well,
the
that's the
drive.
thing. It's like I think that letting yourself down is probably one of the hardest things you have to. I think that if you're smart, you almost expect other people to let you down at some point, but letting yourself down is something that you can't escape from. Now, the mushroom trip.
Yes.
Okay.
Never done them before.
Never done it before.
Any psychedelics?
No psychedelics, right?
Okay.
And I'm like, oh shit, this is real weed. I mean, not real weed. This is real drugs. This is not weed anymore. We're not in Kansas. This is like.
Had you ever done any type of drugs?
I did like some Molly back in the day, which was like. Everybody says it's clean. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like the best way they can describe it. When I had it, it was in L.A. They apparently it was good Molly. I don't know. I'm glad I didn't have.
I've
a
never
bad
done
batch.
Molly.
Man, it was fucking dope.
I've never done coke. I've never done pills.
Never done coke. Never done. I've had an Adderall before. Which
Never
was,
done that. I have drank a little bit of codeine, but that was.
Oh yeah, I did that too. But I didn't do that. You
No,
know what
I
I'm saying?
didn't
It was
do
like
that,
in
yeah.
college, like a couple of sips. It was delicious.
It was in
It's
high
like-
school. I
But
know,
it, wasn't it delicious?
It was,
It's
yeah.
like, wow, this is really good. It's like fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like,
But look at the fucking Flint and Detroit scene.
Yeah.
That's fucking. It's heavy over there.
it is.
Free
and that's
Rio.
crazy.
Shout out
Shout
Rio.
out to Rio, man. Shout out to Flint. Shit.
Yeah. The YN crew.
Shout out to that boy, man. Shout out to Vezo.
Vezo. When I heard moonwalking for the
Yeah.
first time,
Yeah. Oh my
that's
God,
what that
bro.
and Sada is what put. I mean, I was into it, but that's part of the
So
scene.
let me tell you, it's 2012.
Wait, mushroom.
Okay, wait, you're right. Okay. so it was very subtle because I made a tea. I made a tea out of it, right? Ground up the things. I emptied out a tea bag, put the mushrooms in a tea bag, boiled the, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
For about 30 minutes, lemon, honey, you know what I'm saying? It was great. It tasted amazing.
Do it with anyone?
I did it with my wife, right? Very subtle. And I don't think I did enough. But what I did has made my, for the next couple of days after it, every time I smoked, I felt like my brain was opening up again. Like, oh, I'm not done with this. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, man, it's like, first of all, a couple of things, thoughts I came out of it with. We're all babies. Like, we're all babies. Like, just like how you leave some onions in the kitchen and then they start growing that shit out of it. And, I mean, we just started growing and driving and fucking, but we're just babies. And I don't think that we are fragile enough with ourselves because we think that 80 years old is such a long-ass time when it's like the universe and everything that's around us is billions of years old. We're just like puppies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I could be coming back, like doing
yeah.
this. So.
I think we need to pay attention to animals' heartbeats. I don't know why. Right?
Wait,
Like,
can you explain a little bit?
If you have a dog, you just need to pay attention to his heartbeat. Like feel it sometimes.
I actually
what I'm
I have
saying?
a dog and I do agree
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah, like feel his heartbeat. I think that's important. Your dog misses his mom. Go easy on it. Weird shit, right?
Did you have your dog with you?
No, but I miss my dog. So my dog is in Detroit with my mom because my kids are there and my wife is here. We're not in L.A. It's the summertime. They're vacation in Michigan. So, no, the dog is there, but, like, it's just like, man, like, he misses his mom. And that's deep. Like, his job is to be something for somebody. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we worry about, it doesn't speak our language and we want it to do shit. And anything that it does do is fucking miraculous because it doesn't speak our language. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like, dog, we got to give dogs a break. Like, God damn, like, look in their eyes. Look in their eyes, right? Then I started having these little arguments with God, right? Because I feel like God is rich. And when I ask for small stuff and I don't get it, it's like, I feel like he's at like a party and he's letting like everybody listen to my prayers and everybody's laughing. Like he's like, everybody shut up. Listen to this. You know what I'm saying? I'm just praying for $20 and you know what I'm saying? And it's like, why didn't he give everybody the same size dick? Like, what is your deal? Like, what is your deal? Like, what did we do to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, does God have a small dick? Like, is that his thing? Like, is he You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, did some
Yeah.
guys break through? Some guys, it's like a meditation you had to go through and wrestle with God to get the dick that he really had for you. He's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, what else? We got to pick a side on fish. It's not fair. Like, are we going to eat them or are they pets? We got to pick a side. At this point, we have to pick a side because the fish are there and they can smell the perch cooking. And they're like, what the fuck is going on? And they're having like little
Do you have fish?
I have had fish.
Have you noticed them acting weird while you're cooking fish?
No, but I never realized that what we were doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got.
I feel like you're gonna be vegan in like 2 years.
I don't know, man.
All these animal thoughts. If
I
you're
don't
gonna,
know,
I'm gonna talk
man.
to you in 2 years, and you're gonna be vegan and shit.
I'm gonna be like, man, but then it's like plants have feelings too. Like, what the fuck should we eat? You know what I'm saying? Like, plants are like radiating energy. They're alive. It's like we just like chopping them down, and we're like, we don't need blood. Like, yeah, you do. Chlorophyll is fucking. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's all blood. It's all, you know, it all screamed when it was time. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, that's some couple mushroom thoughts.
That's great. I've taken mushrooms more times than I can count.
How do you do them? Okay, so look,
I just take them straight.
just eat them.
Yeah.
All right, so look at this one that I got. Shout out to the Loopers and Earl Sweatshirt.
Oh, everyone go stream Van Gogh's Left Ear, Zalooper's new
Fuck
album.
yeah, go stream
It's
Van
on
Gogh's Left Ear.
Bandcamp.
Yeah, that's my boy, man. I am in a kush coma. Bro, but he's like, bro, he's an amazing artist.
He is.
Like, bro, he's like a dope ass person. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's tall as fuck, which is so crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like so weird. Like, they were casting for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and I dropped his name. Like, dog, he should play Kareem in the
That
movie.
would
That would be fucking insane.
That would
Like,
be
I feel like
insane.
that's the kind of guy Kareem was a little bit, like
Yeah.
doing karate with Bruce Lee and shit. Anyway, let me show you this shroom, bro. I'm scared to eat it, man. I got it. This is the big boy.
Oh shit. Is that a penis envy? Is that the type? That's what those are called.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're called penis envy.
Wow. You want to see it?
It's the camera's right there.
Oh,
if you wanna hold.
okay. Yeah.
But I miss those. I don't think I hold on to my mushroom thoughts like I did when I first started doing them. Because
So-
now, like, I've
okay.
done them on stage before.
What?
Yeah, I saw Jordan Rock. Shout
Yeah.
out Jordan Rock.
Shout out to J Rock, man.
I saw him on New Year's Eve tripping on mushrooms, going up on stage, and then I was like, "Shit, I need to do that sometime." So
was it funny? Like,
it was great. Him and Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson killed on mushrooms. It
Okay.
was so I was like, I got to do that sometimes. I did it. It's intense.
So you just eat him, like just.
I just eat them plain, but I don't hold on to those thoughts. Like I did DMT, and that's like
What's that like?
that. I fucking met Buddha. Like
What?
Like,
did he
that
look like
just-
the true religion, man? Did he have on some little truths?
he looked like he was like he had a Hawaiian shirt on that was flowing, and he had a big gray beard, and he was like laughing, and he looked like,
Damn,
and it was as
Master Roshi.
real as like you and me talking now.
What? You know what that reminds me of? Master Roshi from Goku from Dragon Ball Z.
I never got into that shit.
It's pretty sweet. It's just a good story, man. Goku's a great person, and you just wish the best for him, and he just can scrap. You know what I'm saying? At the end
Yeah.
of the day, you know, he's not like a great father. He's always dead or gone. You know what I'm saying? But you know, yeah. Shout out to Goku. He's like Michael Jordan. So you know how Michael Jordan was like a great player, but probably wasn't the best dad. You know what I'm saying? Like cigars and scotch. You know, all around. That's kind of like Goku. In
How
a
do
weird
you
way.
do it? Because you're married, you
Mhm.
have kids,
Mhm.
you're fucking multiple cities, following your dream. Is it hard to like balance all that shit?
No, it's not, man. You know what's crazy? It's like, okay, so when I was growing up, like my godfather was like an insurance salesman. He used to like sell insurance for like Michael Jackson concerts. He was fucking stupid, Brady. I've been to Michael Jackson concerts in like kindergarten and got like the glove. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like
Yeah.
come back to kindergarten, like talking like, yeah, look here, you little fucking. Like, you know, me, Mike, Macaulay, you know, but it wasn't. I would never like chill with Mike. Shout
Yeah.
out to Mike, but I'm from Detroit. I wasn't invited over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, you know, so I was, I was in LA a lot as a kid. I had access to a lot of shit. I saw a lot of things. And that was my life, right? I had a little slice because I had somebody who had some access. My kids have me, and this is their life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, these circumstances will make them great. These circumstances will open up their eyes. Like, put it like this: my kids' favorite show was Raven's Home, right? They got into That So Raven in the pandemic. They had to go back and watch the old shit, but they love Raven's Home. A buddy of mine named Dave Hellum, shout out to Dave Hellum, writer for That's So Raven. I'm like, bro, my kids love the show. He's like, oh, after school one day, just bring them by, and we're filming. And I took them to set, like, you know, and they watched their favorite show get made, and they got an autographed script cover, and then so that the script had the number of the episodes, like 403, whatever, and so they could remember when it came out to watch it and understand that this is what TV looks like. This is how TV gets filmed. It's just like,
that's a beautiful experience.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, and so I feel like, man, I just got to keep going because, you know, I feel like the bigger I get, the more access it is for them. Like, I'm writing this movie for DreamWorks. I can't talk about it, but it's like, you know, at the premiere of that, I have an opportunity to have them there, and, you know, they get all the toys from the movie, or they, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, so this is their life, and, you know, how they respond to it is how they respond to it. I wish them the best, and I give them everything I have, but it's like, that's what life is. I think, you know, I wish that my parents would have just let go and let me not have to go to college and just do comedy at 18. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
You know, I wish that they would have trusted that they raised the correct kind of guy, and that's just it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
the perfect wording for it. That they should have just trusted the process that they put in.
They put it out there. Like, this is what you did. I think that as we become teenagers, right, our life bottlenecks to a little bit of pressure because now we're entering into society, and stuff that we do can affect our parents' reputation and all of that shit. And they begin to get worried, like, oh shit, I didn't teach them about this. I didn't teach them about that. I didn't teach, and then it's like they try to blame the kid, like, you know, and it's like, fam, like, you know, I have this joke on stage where I'm like, you know, my mom wanted me to get a 4.0, but it's like she didn't even know why. Like, I never even thought to question the fact that nobody in my family had ever gotten a 4.0 because maybe we just didn't come from a 4.0 environment. Maybe like McNuggets is not 4.0 food. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's like, and I'm not saying my mom didn't cook or no shit like that, but I'm just saying, like, you know, that's the plight that we all have. It's like we bring our report cards home and it's not all A's, and your parents are like, ugh. It's like, who the fuck is getting all A's?
Yeah.
And for what? Not saying that you can, but it's like, did you do it? Like, what was your bedtime? What was your diet? Like, dog, stop acting like, it's like we have to just, you know, it's weird. My kids' report cards came, and I didn't even let them see it. They weren't great. It was from the pandemic. It wasn't bold. They did great for them. But it's like, you know, I didn't even tell them. I said, great job. We're done with third and whatever grade. It's like, it's just like, dog, that idea of this whole failure system and, you know, just your daddy got to be right there. It's like, fam, daddy's working. They know that. They know that daddy makes money. They know that we have stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and so people ask me that all the time. It's like, man, my kids understand. My kids encourage me to go get it. My kids want to be in it. I tell them all the time. One of them's funny. One of them is just hella charming. I'm like, she's going to be the comedian. She's going to be the manager. She's going to run CP Productions. Both their names are my exact initials, so they're both CPs. So my production company, as I begin to create films and all this shit for other people, they go to college if they want to. If not, they intern, come in, and run my shit. That's it. Like,
yeah, you're setting up like
listen, it's my job to get them out of the hood. It's not their job to get me out the hood. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's where parents get it fucked up. I'm not your lottery ticket, fam. I'm not your chance to get the fuck out of your situation. It's like, it's your job to get out of your situation and put me in a better situation. And if you can't do that, then you got to watch the fuck out and let me take a crack at it. Let me roll the dice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's like, parents gotta, lighten the fuck up, because, a motherfucker like me would tell your kids about how you were in middle school. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that. Like, your dad was fucking retarded. You know what I'm saying? Like, but not like, shout out to like everybody that's like really retarded. I'm not. It's not like a real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
because you can't say stuff. You know what I'm saying?
We were just talking. Yeah, but we don't. When did you? So you grew up. Like, when did you start making it for yourself? Like, when you're like, oh, I'm gonna start building a foundation for the people around me. Like,
well, what's crazy is that, like, man, when I was in college, my mom wanted me to be an engineer because my mom worked at Chrysler, and she saw that the engineers, like, our whole family had worked for engineers their whole career. They all went through Chrysler. They all were in the plant, and it was engineers who could walk around and be, and so I was in like a lot of DAPSET, which is like Detroit area engineering program. I was in that kind of shit because she wanted me to be an engineer. I was in like a lot of mathematics and shit like that. But when I got to college, I saw real engineers. I wasn't going to Chrysler. I was seeing what they were building. And it's like a bunch of like by yourself ass, like, erector set shit. Like, man, get the fuck outta
that's
here.
not you.
Yeah, like, I'm fucking hilarious. I want to, I'm a party. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I got to figure out how to monetize it, because I don't want to do shit but have fun. I don't want to do shit but laugh. I don't want to do shit but create cool shit. That's all I want to do. So I don't know how to, but I was just doing it for them. And so I was in engineering, then I changed to communications, came out with like a DMAT degree, which is like digital media arts and technology. Basically, like, everything we do now is what they were planning on us doing back then. Like, they were telling us about it. Like, it's going to be this kind of technology. You'll be able to be your own celebrity. I mean, Bill Clinton made a speech about what was coming tech-wise. These little cameras and having your own. This shit looks like $1 million in here. You know what I'm saying?
This is the coolest studio. Shout out Too Much Content Studio. Shout out Ani Musha, our producer. Shout out Irish O'Neil.
Amazing. In 1992, motherfuckers come in here and it's like, welcome to Hot 97. This is like that. You know what I'm saying? So, the fact that you're able to have your own this now is what I was planning for. This is what my degree was about. To be able to release yourself as a brand, to have everything. We were doing mocap back then, like motion capture for video games or, for cartoons. We were doing all kind of shit. But it was all about content. And so what I would do is I was just jumping into content, making it hilarious, but making it dope by editing with everybody. Doing my editing shit, but my shit would just be funny.
Did you know you wanted to be a stand-up?
Yeah, but it's like, you don't, I also want to be a model. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of shit you want to be that if you could be would be great. I didn't understand that I could have just started doing comedy whenever. I thought I held it with so much prestige that I almost felt like someone had to like anoint me in, and I had to, you know what I'm saying? And
first time when you just get pushed out.
Man, that first time I got a standing ovation.
Really?
Man, let me tell you. So fast forward after college, I'm sitting in the frat house. I have my communications degree. I don't quite know what I want to do. Then I see this Nike commercial come on. Now, I told you we had just been working with mocap, and this Nike commercial was like Sean Marion going versus Steven Jackson, and it's going back and forth, and you don't know if it's Madden, you don't know if it's real, you don't know if it's CGI. It's just fucking ridiculous. And I'm like, oh shit, I can do that. Like, I know what they're doing. I mean, I probably can't do it, but how it works. I could help, So I called Nike. I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? And they were like, no, that's not how it works. We have a agency called Whiten and Kennedy that does our spots. You have to talk to them. I call Whiten and Kennedy. They're like, oh, that's so cute. A little, undergrad. You just graduated. Listen, buddy, this is the big times. You don't come here unless you've been somewhere else and you're proven, whatever. And she was very nice. She was like, go find somewhere in your area. That's, And so I found this place in Detroit called Global Hue, huge advertising agency for multicultural size of the business. So we would do Walmart commercials, but we would do the black ones or the Latino ones. You know what I'm saying? It was like very direct marketing, but they were the best in the world, surprisingly, right in my backyard. So I worked there and worked my way up from the mailroom to, I'm writing the Walmart Christmas spot. Huge. This is our biggest client. This is their biggest holiday.
How long are you doing this?
2.5 years. At the 2-year mark, one day I'm driving home, and it's like, I got a brand new car. I got an apartment downtown over the river. You know, I'm suited up for work every day, but I'm damn near broke because I'm just making enough to really maintain it all. And I'm just like, that's like got me in a funk. I'm on my way home. I hear on the radio they're having a comedy night on 7 Mile. I look up. I'm about to pass 7 Mile. So I come up off 7 Mile and I run into the bar. I'm like, can I do the comedy night? She's like, well, that's not till tonight. It's like 5. It's like at 9. She said, but I like how you dress. You know, it's the owner. She said, I'm going to let Foolish, the guy who was the host, I'll let him know he'll bring you up. I come back with some of my frat bros. I go up. The guy calls me CT, right? Or no, he calls me TP, like toilet paper, right? And so I go up, and the first thing I do is roast him. And, you know, anybody who knows me knows, like, the way I roast is so out of body, right? It's like I'm not roasting you. I'm roasting what you're thinking and how you – and it's like people can't even combat with that. That's why I'm the king where I'm from, you know, as far as roasting. And so, you know, but at that time I was, you know, nobody knew. And I tore him up. Then I just started doing jokes about, you know, just all kind of shit I was thinking about. And they were just loving it. And my mom was there, you know what I'm saying? Because she knew I wanted to be a comedian since I was like 8. You know what I'm saying? It was just, you know, like, it was like a dream. You know, like some kids want to play basketball. Yeah. You know, so your mom take you to camp, you know, but she just doing her mom thing. My mom was buying me little tapes. She was just doing her mom thing, you know, but that night she could feel it. And like, she's like, you know, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, no, I'm at this bar. Why? I'm about to do stand-up. I'm on the way. Like, fuck, ma, you know. But I'm glad she was there because she saw what the beginning was. And it was like 5 minutes of fire. And I remember, like, Foolish telling me, like, yo, come back next week and we'll run that same gimmick. People love the first time and they love that. So we'll run it again. And I'm like, fuck, like, okay. You know, came back the next week. People are in there like, oh, you're the guy who talked about the pothole pussy, you know, right? And it was like, oh, shit. Like, yeah, that's me. You know, so I was saying, like, you know, like some girls be squeezing their pussy muscles trying to make us feel good. And then, you know, she fuck around and let go by mistake. And you're like, ah! You know what I'm saying? you hear the pothole and that pussy like, whoa! You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, they really like that. You the pothole pussy guy. And so I don't drink at all, right?
Have you ever?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Because there's no religious reason why I don't. It's just I don't like the drunk guy. And I got a lot of alcoholics in my family.
I don't drink before I go on stage. Like, that's not...
Yeah. I definitely don't do that. But, you know, like, you know, my wife will come beg me to have a glass of rosé. I had a glass of frosé the other day, and I was fucked up for like 2 hours. Like, I was like, this is why! You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know, like, so...
You go back to the place.
Go back to the place.
People recognize you.
And they're buying me
And
drinks.
you're going to run the gimmick again?
Yes. No, not the gimmick again because, you know, like...
Once people recognize
you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's a couple people, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But, you know, basically, this is my second time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like, you know. And so, they're buying me Heinekens. And I'm like, I'm trying to hold on. I remember, like, my best friend who wasn't there at the first show, he comes in and he sees my face. And he's like, yo, you're fucking drinking? And I'm like, yeah, bro, it's going to be lit. You're going to see, man. I'm going to kill it. I fucking killed it last week. You'll see. And he's like, oh, fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's recalling the story to me. And I'm like, damn. He's like, bro, I knew you were going to bomb because you were just, it was like your energy was, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like your cool wasn't there. Yeah. You were like too uninhibited. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, and so I went on stage and I forgot all my jokes and then I tried to roast somebody, right? But the guy that I roasted ended up being a comedian. And he's like an ex-Marine, super crazy. Everybody's scared of him. I'm not even knowing this yet because I'm just 2 days into fucking comedy. I don't know everybody.
Yeah.
He's just a guy you don't fuck with. My mom is there. She invites some of my family members because she's telling them how much I killed and she couldn't believe it. So I got family there who was like, he's about 10 shows away from basically having a special, but let's just strap ourselves in for a ride. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. She's hyping you up. She's hyping you up.
Yeah. I started roasting him. He's a real fat dude. I said, look at this motherfucker right here, looking like 3 people hugging, right? Everybody bust out laughing. He said, "Who the fuck are you talking to?" And I'm like, you big eat your cornbread looking motherfucker, right? He said, "All right." You know, he starts heckling me, going crazy. I really can't concentrate. Then, foolish, he's like, "Man, why'd you do that?" And I'm like, "What you mean?" Bam, next, come to the stage next. And it's this guy. He gives him the mic, and he just, like, destroys me. And I'm, like, in front of my mom. He's calling me all kind of shit, like a frail built bitch and, you know, leaning on the wall, looking like one of Prince, boy. I mean, he was just killing me. And my mom was like, "You sure that's what you want to do?" And I'm like, "Dang, Mom." But I feel it.
And your whole family.
Yeah, my whole family's there. She got a safe face, you know what I'm saying? She looking crazy. And so at that moment, I knew the polar opposites of the game, right? And what I noticed is that bombing that hard made my stomach hurt, but I was still drunk off killing that hard the first time.
Yeah.
And it was almost like winning a championship and then losing the championship.
Well,
And it's like, I just got to get back. I got to get better. I got to work out. I got to go harder. And that's, I think, to have that slingshot happen to me my first time, that's what jolted me into this is serious. Take it serious. Be a professional. Be a maniac. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was kind of the best thing that could have ever happened to me.
that is literally what happened. Not literally, but so the first 2 times I ever did stand up, I used a fake ID to get into the Comedy Store.
Oh, shit.
My mom bought me a fake ID and flew me to LA so I could hopefully get on at the Comedy Store
That's
at
insane.
one of their
Shout out
open
to
mics.
Mom. Mom's, yeah, bro.
She did support, like, first time I get on, you know, Kill Tony?
Yeah.
First time I ever do stand up, I
It's
get
on
on
Kill
Kill
Tony.
Tony. I'm 17
So you got the
years
1
old.
minute?
I'm 17 years old. I'm using a fake ID, not drinking. I go up and it's a minute. It's a
Yeah,
minute. But I
yeah.
had, for that show, I had a really good set.
Yeah,
Fucking Brody Stevens, rest in peace, was in the audience. Like, one of my
Damn.
favorites. Jamar Neighbors, another one of my favorites, was
Jamar's
there.
fucking
like,
insane.
so insane.
Shout out to Jamar, man. I remember we was on Roast Me together. I told him his teeth looks like he bites the holes into waffles.
That's so good. And that was
yeah.
my first time.
Mhm.
So then I get on again. And this time, that was in the belly room.
Okay.
Second time, it's in the main room.
Oh,
Sold
man.
out in the main room. Steve-O.
Red stage.
Steve-O was the guest.
Oh, shit.
I
Well, what year is this? Oh, how long ago?
This was probably 2015.
Okay, yeah,
2015.
yeah. Steve-O was right in the thick of it.
Yeah. So I start drinking beforehand.
Oh. Because you were comfortable.
Yeah, I was like, I'm
This
gonna
is where I
start drinking.
belong.
I'm gonna.
Yeah,
It's
this is-
it's sold out at the main room of the Comedy Store. It's like my second time doing stand up ever. Fucking get drunk, go up, bomb. Steve-O yawns during my set. Like, it's a minute still, but still, fucking bomb. And that was the slingshot of like, I'm gonna take this seriously. I'm
Yeah.
gonna fucking like,
It's like you needed that.
yeah.
Some people coast on. Here's what people do. Come into comedy with at that time what they feel is the funniest 7 or 8 minutes that they could ever put together. Right. Don't forget that. Literally, Dave Chappelle could write 5 minutes for your mom, and she could tour that bitch and open mics and go crazy and make a name for herself. Right.
Yeah.
That doesn't make her a comedian though. You understand? It's like. And so I think that as a young comedian, you have to learn that you have to dig deep within yourself to find those things that are more not about you, but about how you view them that everybody can see. And I think that the more I stay towards those kind of things, the more I can connect with any audience. But the more I stay within my ego and trying to talk about things that are only about me, I feel like I lose the audience when I try to constrict myself and try to be like, this is what I'm going to talk about tonight. It's like I go out there and fucking like light up the Infinity Stones. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to say. I just know that I have tons of jokes, and it's like, here they are. Here's some of them. Whatever can fit in. You know, it's like my jokes are like a big ass cookie sheet, and then I'm just like cutting 7 minutes. And whatever is in there is just in there, and it's like seven. You know, just making little Christmas cookies with the little.
You fucking your clothes. You had a joke about religion that was so good, and it wasn't. It's covering a topic that like you came at it in an original idea. So I like the idea where you're like, I don't have to just write like personal shit. I'm gonna fucking just do what I want. I'm gonna write what I want, say what I want, because like that's how you find a bit like that.
Exactly.
You know.
And so, like, I'm trying to think. Was it the one about Adam and Eve?
Yeah, it was the Adam and Eve one.
And so,
that's
I mean,
such a good bit.
That bit is really just it kind of tears apart. Like for my special, I'm gonna do it in a way that is the movie version of it, right? So like I always look at like Power Rangers when we was kids. Like they were like when they were on TV after school, they had like those spandex outfits on. But when the movie came out, it was like metal. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, same with Ninja Turtles, right? When it was a cartoon, but then when the movie came out, it was like ugly turtle. You know what I'm saying? But it's like
the actors.
You're right. And so I, you know, but it's really just about like the idea that there was a grown man here without a woman, and then a woman came from his rib without a person, because if God, and it's just like it's so many things that it's like like, you know what I'm saying? So God does surgeries. Like, God, why would God need this man's rib if God made him? God don't have any extra ribs left over from when he was making people. He made the dinosaurs. I'm sure he's got big ass ribs over there. If he just needs a rib, I don't understand why. And it's just like, you know, what's the idea of that? Like, what does that even mean? Like, you know, and you know, did you have to make the girl monkeys like that too? Or were they just over there fucking and Adam just had to watch? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, what about the frogs? Like, the frogs are just, this is the big Garden of Eden. All these beautiful smoothies that you could make and pineapples and everything's delicious. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, dog, like, you know, how old was he? How long did you make him wait till you made eat? It's like, come on. It's all these questions. They, instead of asking questions, which I've noticed gets people a little bit uncomfortable, I instead create scenarios with the given reality based on the now reality that you can understand. It's like, do you understand why this doesn't make any sense? Yeah. Do you understand based on the story that I'm telling you, just exactly what's I'm giving it to you the way that it's presented, and you know what I'm saying, and it just makes people go like, damn, like you know what I'm saying, like, you know, like wow. And then I have that whole bit about getting into heaven and not being on the list and that being an issue, and you know, then people trying to be political or diplomatic, you know, like, dude, I almost missed a flight the other day, and I gave the SkyCab dude $100. The line was like so long. He took the 100, like, yeah, come on, right over here, baby. And I was like, I looked at everybody like, you gotta have 100. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
You know,
you work
like,
hard. You do
well. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you
you know, like, make him rich. Come on, guys. You know, but it's like, you know, that's how people would be. People, you know, there's some guy who's like some white billionaire who's died. Is like, that's crazy. You know, he's calling his ticket guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I have a joke about how crackheads, speaking of tickets, okay, so I have this joke about how my crackhead uncle, me and him fell out because he tried to sell me some tickets to my graduation.
To your own
to my own graduation. And I'm like, first of all, these don't even have any monetary value. Every student gets 5. That's just it. Every kid gets 5. He's like, nephew, what you trying to say? I'm trying to say that you're trying to fucking scam me
my own graduation
and sell me tickets to my own graduation. Like, nephew, I can't believe you would say that to me. I can't believe you would say that to me. Wow, I'm trying to sell you some good ass seats. These ain't no regular graduation. These are some good ass seats. I got a ticket guy. You ain't got no fucking ticket guy. I got a ticket guy.
It's just the assistant principal.
Come to find out, at the graduation, I'm walking across the stage, and he's on stage. He has the best seats in the house. He's on stage in the fucking handshake line. I told you, got my grandma sitting with him. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why are y'all on stage? I told you, these are good ass seats.
He did have some.
So a callback to that would be in heaven, and then I'm losing all hope, and then I see Unc. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Unc is like, man, I got some backdoor passes. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? And, you know, but I like playing in a hyper reality that has limitations that mirror ours.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because it's like I feel like that's a whole space similar to like NFT or some shit. That's a whole space that is not really being used because people are afraid to imagine. So I like to fill that space with things. It's almost like an alternate reality where it's like everything looks the same, but things are slightly different. You know what I'm saying? Like the idea that women have to earn their pussies when they're 16. You know what I'm saying? And they get it at their Sweet 16 party, right? It's a regular world, right? But women are walking around without pussies because their their families are broke, or you know what I'm saying, there's only one pussy in the family and their mom has to have it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but that it looks like our world, everything's the same, but the pussies are different. And it's like those are the kind of things that I think that's what sets my comedy apart, is the way that I want to layer reality to make sure that I could have, just talk about shit that's different from us. That's what we like. It's just different. Like,
when
That's
did
so
you
crazy.
realize then that you had like an hour? Like you're gonna film a special, like you're gonna do
Right.
like
Oh,
this is what I'm
man.
gonna put out.
So
I
I've been
fucking have it.
I've been headlining poorly sold shows for like 2 years. So like I'm all over the country on the nights that they don't give a fuck about ticket sales, and I'm there and I'm just like doing my hour for 6 times a weekend. That's what hones it. I think that's when I realized, like, okay, this is the set that I'm selling, and these are the jokes that I want to do. Okay, and now I have to look at those jokes, and this is what I tell people too. I could turn 5 minutes into an hour. I could turn, because what I could do is I think that people don't think deep enough about a topic and they switch. I'm always tagging for my friends like, God damn, you had so much on the, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, you're not really, do you just, I don't know if you understood where you could kind of go with that. You know what I'm saying? It's
Is
like,
that just how your brain works, or is that a
It's how my brain
conscious
works.
decision that you just?
No, it's just how my shit works. It's just that's why I'm a comedian. It's because my brain works like that. That's where I'm at with it. It's not like a choice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I don't know if like you have like I sit down and you're like, no, I write this down. I'm gonna try to.
no, it's like everything is a conversation, even on stage. So then it becomes like just like the crackhead uncle and what it's like to be a crackhead and a day in his life, and how crackheads may look like homeless people, but they're really at work. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not. They're in the field because crack is that important and crack is a priority. And I feel like crack as an incentive could make them work hard in a lot of arenas, like open up some of those lanes at Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Like so many lanes in here that are close. Get some crackheads in here, like put a piece of crack on a stick and just, you know what I'm saying? Like literally just have them like, come on, man, I'm working for my break. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? The manager come around and cut the stick for their 15-minute break. Yes, I'll be right back. You know what I'm saying? Or the fact that crack is one of the more selfish drugs, right? It's like you see a weed head get some good weed, and he's like, oh my God, you got to hit this weed. You got to hit this weed. I just shared some weed with y'all because it was great. I'm going to hit that. You know what I'm saying? But if it was crack, I would have to keep it a secret from you guys because I want all my crack to myself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Unless you're that who's that doctor who's all about doing crack in the open?
oh man, the crack doctor?
Yeah, the crack doctor.
The fucking wait list is 2 years. I'm like, God damn, no. You see what I did there? You know what I'm saying? But no, man, like, I don't know. Like, I just think that I'm going to have a style of comedy that is just going to be different. And it's not like I'm trying to be better than anybody. I just want to put something in the game that, that people aren't doing. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to step on no toes. I ain't trying to be the GOAT and all that shit. Like, I just want to do what my fans want me to do. Which
Like you said, you're working on 2 shows.
Right. So I have a cartoon coming out with myself, Snoop Dogg, and Vince Vaughn.
Wow.
It was pretty crazy.
That's a crazy
Yeah.
collaboration.
And so actually Vince is just producing with us, but I'm trying to get him to, because he's an icon. Bro.
Yeah.
He's
You
a
ever
fucking-
see a fight on Cell Block 99?
No.
He fucking curb stomps this dude and drags his head. It's a
Oh, man.
violent movie.
Vince is dope as
yeah,
fuck.
no, I love Vince Vaughn.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then my team is crazy. Peter, Victoria. Peter is fucking. He's in Spider-Man. Is one of the villains. He was in a Christmas Story.
Oh yeah.
The little kid with the glasses, like it's fucking. That's Peter. Victoria. That's
Oh really? That's him.
That's him.
Oh
yeah,
wow.
yeah. And then like they do F is for Family. You know what
Great
I'm saying?
show.
Like, oh
yeah.
my god. So we're working on this one. And it's about a guy in Oakland who is working on tech stuff and dealing with gentrification and coming home from college to a different world. Is dope. So that's that.
I can't wait to see that.
And then we have another one. We have another one about my neighborhood in Detroit called Brightmoor. It's a cartoon. It's about to be lit. It's some ghetto shit, but it's fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the DreamWorks thing. But so these are cartoons. I'm starring in the one with Snoop, and Snoop and I are gonna do voices.
That's awesome.
But that's not like like Love Life. Is
How'd you
dope.
get linked up with Snoop?
Man, bro, what's crazy? Like, we all went a different route. I went the producer route early. So, like, I started selling shows in, like, 2014. I probably sold, like, 8 shows. None of them really got picked up. We're just selling pilots and just doing pilots and, even getting to pilot and doing the pilot. And that's just the game. You know what I'm saying? So, just knowing, just being in the industry for those years, just making those relationships. You meet this executive and he really liked your pitch, but they couldn't buy it. That's fine, because 6 months later he's fired from that place, or he leaves that place to go to a better place, and he remembers you. Then he calls you and it's like, yo, I got this thing over here. Come sit down with me and Snoop, or come sit down with, and that's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? So I tell people all the time, you just got to go hard. If they don't buy it, they might be broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to go to Netflix, like, why ain't y'all buying my shit? And they're like, dude, we just gave Dave Chappelle $90 million. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, oh, okay, yeah.
Well, then you went and created your own thing with Reggie Bo.
Right.
Like that you just did.
Yeah, no, Reggie Bo is just, man, I'm like a super creative. So, like, I'm a puppeteer. I've worked with Kevin Clash, which is Elmo. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, we've, like.
Do you do the puppetry?
Yeah. I do
wow,
the
so you're very talented.
Yeah. I do the puppet and the voice. We like sell merch. T-shirts are flying for Reggie Bo, not for CP though. They don't buy the CP shirt, but they fucking eat the Reggie Bo.
I'm not
shit
gonna
up.
lie. I saw your stand up and then found out about Reggie Bo.
Thank you.
I didn't
Thank you.
I found
Thank you.
No, for real. I was like, oh
Yeah.
shit, this is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like, this is really funny, But
Yeah.
I saw you murder and I was like, I need to know more about
Thank
this.
you, man. So yeah, I do that. I do like I have a couple characters like Lionel, and I have my Adult Swim special. It's called Bud, Old Buds A&U Football Weekly. It's a crazy ass title, right? So what it is, like.
Can you repeat it one more time?
Old Buds A&U Football Weekly.
All right.
What it is it's me making fun of these old white coaches that are in college football. So like, I'm like in complete white face. Like I'm like a 65-year-old white billionaire.
Is this out now?
Yeah, it's out.
Can you look this up?
Yeah. And then I also play like a big fat black dude who's like one of the coaches too. And it's just like making fun of like college football and how it's just getting like free labor out of these athletes and all, but just a special.
Yeah.
And
That's
Old Buds A&U Football Weekly. Not on YouTube though. It's not on YouTube. It's on Adult Swim website.
I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna watch that immediately after.
Old Buds A&U Football Weekly. No, not A&U. A&U, like Alabama National University. That's the name of the college. Yep.
Do you ever feel like you're spreading yourself, like you're having too much, or does your mind like you need to stay busy? You need to keep doing shit.
That's it right there. Yeah. No, man, like I gotta stay busy because yeah, that's me.
Are they both you?
They're both me. Yeah. So like what I wanted to do is I wanted to actually like do scenes where I'm gonna have to talk to it took hours in makeup. 12 to 15 hours, you know what I'm saying? Like crazy. Yeah, for real.
Oh, I'm gonna have to watch this.
Yeah.
This looks amazing.
Bro, when I tell you I'm not bullshitting, I just you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, man.
Alabama National.
That's me.
That must have taken so fucking long.
And it was in the summertime, and we shot it in Atlanta. I was melting, literally.
I bet.
Yeah,
with those
bro. I
props.
would go to the bathroom and forget that I was black or forget that I was white, and like my dick
You were
in my
influenced
hand
by Michael
would just be
Jackson
so
growing
fucked
up.
Yeah, I'll be like, ah, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like a pedophile touching my dick. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Do
But
you
yeah.
feel like you're overworking, or is that how you do it? Like you need to be busy.
Can I be
working on
honest with you,
everything.
bro?
Please do.
Sometimes when I get like, if my money gets low, I panic and I add like 3 projects, and then a residual check or some shit will come or a contract will, and then I'll get money, and then I'll forget that I have just literally loaded my cart with all this shit. Because for me, it's like that's just being a man. I think that, you know, until I become a household name, I don't feel like I've done anything. It's weird. It's like the money is not it anymore. It's like I need people, like I want to compete to be watched. I want people to see what I'm doing. Like, you know, I thought that I just, like when I have my kids, I'm like, fuck it, I just want the money. If they don't fuck with me, they don't fuck with me. But then you get the money and it's like, bro, this isn't really, like, it's not fun to, you know what I'm saying? I want to be regarded as what I am. I want people to at least give me a crack at what it is. Not crack, but, you know, just give me a shot. You know, like, just check it out. See what, you know, see what I'm about. I don't have no large team pushing me because I'm not super social. That's the only thing. It's like, I'm pretty quiet. Like, I just don't, you know, I got a PS5. I literally probably got every game on it.
I
You
do
know what I'm
too,
saying?
yeah.
Dude, like,
I love that PS5. We got to talk about T shops and PS5 games.
Okay, yes. Okay, so T shops. I was in San Francisco in 2006. I was the president of this mentoring program at Michigan State, and we went to produce. I mean, to like present our mentoring model to like the collegiate mentor society, some shit like that. It was crazy. Anyway, this doctor took us on a tour of San Francisco and Oakland, right? Like back and forth across the bridge. We went to this tea garden that you sit inside tree houses and you sip some of the craziest tea and watch bison roam. Like, bro, it was insane. Like, it felt like I was in like fucking what's that fucking Japanese game? Damn, I just beat it. I beat it a lot, actually. I'm on New Game Plus.
Xenoblade Chronicles?
No,
with
not
the animal?
Xenoblade. Ghost of Shimmy. Fuck.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima.
All right, that game's crazy. All right,
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
yeah.
I love that
I was
game.
thinking of Switch games, but
Oh,
yeah.
No. So that shit is lit. But yeah, it was dope as fuck. That was some of the best tea I ever had. It was like dragon fruit, lily tea. And I like the word lily. You know what I'm saying? Like, lily. You know, I remember back in college, we was watching Jeopardy, and there was this old black lady on there, and they was like, what flower has the power to, and she was completely wrong. But she was like, lily. It's a lily.
That's wrong as shit.
Like, and that is not correct. It's actually the South African wild orchid. She's like, oh, okay. And she just put out lily.
Oh my god.
It's like, but she said it like she had researched it. Like, no, you didn't.
She was so proud of
lily.
it.
Like, is that the only flower?
I can't watch any of those like Jeopardy or because I know a lot about like stuff that would never be asked about on a fucking. I'll take a hit of that after you.
Still going. All right. Do your thing.
Of course. Wait 1 second, everybody.
I like
If
that
you're
little.
listening.
I like that little silencer on there. I like that a lot because I tell you what, a bong gonna make you fucking throw up because it'll hit your stomach too hard.
So shout out to Moose Labs. We found them at the beginning of pandemic. They're out of Massachusetts, and they have these not a sponsor, but like go check them out anyways. They're like little mouthpieces for joints and for bong pieces like this, and they have little filters in it that you can replace. Like
I
replace
just saw the little
it.
screen filter in there. That's
Yeah,
dope as
it will
fuck.
add years onto your life and make it way less harsh.
Keep
Well,
your
I'm
goddamn
confident.
lunch down. Speaking of this, what's good around here to eat? I'm gonna have the fucking munchies. So much shit around here. There's so many restaurants. Anyway,
I'm dying. Just give me a second.
that's all good, bro.
Water right next to you.
So
It's
wait,
empty.
it was Tea Gardens and then PS5. Okay, so that was the T.
I've been playing the new Ratchet and Clank game.
I have two.
That's fun as shit.
Yeah, it is, man. Like I'm kind of like I keep jumping off of it and then jumping on Warzone or like jumping on 2K. I'm addicted to playing my team. I'm an only child. So
I'm
it's-
an only child. She's an only child too. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking dope, guys.
That's why we'll never be happy and we always keep pushing.
yeah.
Because we have no one to base ourselves
and I don't
off
know
of.
how
it's just
to
us versus
Dude, that's
the
exactly
world.
what it is. Bro,
Yeah.
okay, let me ask you guys something. Did you guys used to look at kids and be like, how old are you? And be like, 13. That's what I'm gonna be doing when I'm 13. Or like I remember I see kids riding their bike in the street and be like, how old is that? How old are you, bro? I'm 10. All right, 10, bike in the street. Cool. I'm starting. You know, it's like I used to like borrow siblings from people. Like,
because
just,
you
like,
didn't know. Yeah.
latch on. All right, this is what you're doing. I go home. I swear to God, I'm not proud of this. I remember this kid down the street. His name was Bruce. Shout out to Bruce. Bruce is my boy. We were like 7. Bruce had a hamster named Peepers. And his hamster was cool as fuck. And so I asked my mom for a hamster for Christmas. And then I got the hamster. And then she was like, what do you want to name it? I said, I want to name it MC Hamster. Right? She was like, no, you can't. I said, all right, well, then I'm going to name him Peepers.
Turn on the AC. Sorry. Name him Peepers.
I name him Peepers. She's like, well, that's Bruce's hamster's name. I'm like, yeah. But my hamster's younger than his hamster. So now when his hamster dies, I still have Peepers. And he won't. Like I'll have it was like sick.
Yeah.
It was almost like and then I also want to wear his skin on my birthday because you know what I'm saying? It was like fuck, man.
No, you totally you like want what because
Yeah.
you can't base it off of like I just like talking to adults. You're like I was like that kid where it's like I just
Yeah.
want to like talk to adults. I
Bro,
don't understand.
ready for this?
I don't understand the kids around me.
Okay, I'm about to run like some crazy ass only child shit by y'all. Okay, peep this. Remember like pausing the game and going to school and then coming back and finishing that game that was paused or like never waiting for your turn for the game
100.
or like nobody ever telling you that you weren't cool or like nobody like picking on you or like nobody is like everything you did was acceptable in your
Yeah.
house. Remember setting up your toys to talk to each other and have like full blown like whole like soap operas.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
do
saying?
that
Like,
shit,
bro,
yeah.
what? Like we all had the same fucking childhood,
That's
bro.
probably why we're creative. Like
Yeah.
because that's all.
Imagination
Did
is
you- Were you like? I mean, I know but like I just knew like I thought differently than other people. Like other kids just didn't understand the same thing because it was like it's kind of me versus the world type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Well, it's and it's like other kids are so like thirsty.
were your
for-
parents good with each other? My parents hated each other.
Yeah,
so
no.
it
My
was
parents
like,
hated each other, but they're like, well, like now they're best friends. But like when I was growing up, they they hated each other a little bit. It was off and on with them being cool, but I feel like I was kind of like responsible for them. I was in their shit. I was in the mix of what was going on because I didn't have anybody else to. It wasn't like like my kids. It's 2 of them. They can go to their room and they can have each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was just like I was just like, man, don't talk to my mom that way. It's like you know what I'm saying.
my mom
Like,
would
you
be
feel me?
like tell me the whole argument and then be like tell me I'm right and
Yeah.
I'm like I gotta
oh
make
my
the decision
God,
for
Sam,
everyone.
fucking, oh my, dude, my mom used to like, dog, like she'd break up with a guy and then tell me about, like what the argument was, or be
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying, and I just be like, I don't want to hear this. You're my mom, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I don't know, like I became like their best friend or like their little brother. That's what I felt. I felt like I was my parents' little brother.
That's a really good one.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, so you were like little sister, or they're just
My mom.
They didn't share that kind of stuff with me.
gotcha.
I
We're-
was like completely shut out of that part.
We're
Yeah.
ending
Yeah.
soon, and this is a weird point to end on. But like, my mom made me tell my dad they were getting a divorce.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
over the
my
phone too. I was like, "You're
God.
cheating on mom, and you're getting a divorce," and he's like, "What are you talking about?"
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, bro. My mom.
It was like I was like a friend. You know what I mean? I was
Yeah,
like
no,
her
no, no,
friend
no. But it's
calling
like-
him to be like,
but
it's
it's
over.
like-
It's over, bitch.
Yeah,
It's done.
Yeah.
Like-
You become like her little like.
Helper.
Yes,
Yeah.
like her little elf. My bad, I mean the bird, but her little elf, like just like her little like yeah, man, Jesus Christ. I started resenting that. Like, Mom, I don't want to be your friend anymore.
It's how I imagine.
I want to be Dad's friend.
Yeah, it's like how I imagine like I'm straight, but like a gay best friend would be. You know what I mean? Like
That's exactly what it is. They turn you into their little gay best friend, whether you're gay or not. Like,
Yeah.
it's not even. Don't even worry about it. You don't have to be gay. Just listen to it.
But then
What?
my mom thought I was gay, and then when I got
What?
my first girlfriend when I was 16, she was like, "It's a girl. She can sleep in the room if you want." So I was just able to
What?
like.
Yeah, you was able to go crazy. My mom, I remember
She was
my
just like,
mom.
"Thank God he's not gay."
My mom used to she used to work late nights. So I used to have girls just come through very free and didn't have to worry about it. And so I had this one girl one time, we was chilling or whatever, and she jumped in the shower and she used my mom's shower cap. And then she brought it back into my room, and then we didn't take it back into the bathroom. And so it's like 3 a.m. My mom kicks my door in like poof. And her and my dog come into the room. My dog jumped on the bed barking. And my mom like, who the fuck was in my house because there's my shower? And I'm like, I don't know where the fuck the shower cap is. Like, bullshit. And I'm just like, oh. And it's just like, it was fucking crazy. Like, yeah. But,
My stepmom once caught me in the shower with a girl.
that's
And
nice.
freaked the fuck out. And then my dad got home, and she's like, "Your dad's gonna yell at you." My dad comes in my room. He's like, "We gotta talk." He closed the door. High fives. And we play
of
video
course.
games.
That's what you get for being a stepmom.
Yeah.
You watch X videos. But no, yeah, man, like, I'm trying to think. What was I about to say? I forgot, dog. The weed just takes
Yeah, we
thoughts
stoned.
and just takes them out. Anyway, man, I fucking love this podcast, bro. This
Yes,
is dope
thank
as
you so
fuck.
much for coming on. And I'm gonna be out in Detroit for Bruiser Thanksgiving,
Mhm.
and we should do a group
You tell
episode.
them. So I'm not gonna be there. I'm
Oh.
gonna be in. Well, I might be in Michigan for Thanksgiving. I hope so this
If
year.
you're
I
gonna be there, then
I'm
we should do a
definitely
group.
coming.
We should do a
I'm
group
definitely
podcast.
coming. But yeah, you tell them that you met CP, bro. They'll take you to Coney Island and get you the good shrooms, whatever you need. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? They're gonna take care of you.
If you're ever in Maston, I need to. I can't talk about.
But yeah.
Yeah.
No, man,
Yeah.
I feel you, bro. This is dope, man. The space is amazing. Like, this is like, it's so inspiring, man. Like, man, it's really dope. Anyway, yeah, it's dope.
Do you
as
have
fuck.
you already plugged a lot of your stuff, but
Yeah, man, social media, man. Just at comedian CP. So that's Twitter, Instagram, and that's it. Really, just Twitter and Instagram is really all I fuck with. And then YouTube for all of my stuff that you may see. So I got like behind the scenes stuff from Bud, so like stuff like that. I have like a lot of Reggie Bo, Lionel, different characters that I've done. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of my more controversial videos is on there. I don't know for how much longer, because the bigger I get, they're gonna fucking cancel me in a minute. But I got this video where it's like, so like, Harriet Tubman would be considered a celebrity slave. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying, like, right?
Yeah.
Like, just let's keep it real. You're white.
Yeah.
I'm asking you. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
Like,
well, she's one of the more.
she's
popular.
one of the more popular. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Kunta Kinte as well would be like
Yeah.
one of the more like famous slaves. Like, and perhaps if other slaves saw him, they might be like, oh my God, that's Kunta Kinte. I at least need. And so I just did this thing. I did this video where it's like, he was, a celebrity slave, and he was going around to different plantations, and he was doing like scared straight programs. And it's amazing.
All right. I'm gonna watch the football and that. That's what I'm gonna watch
It's
after
amazing
this.
because it's about my imagination. It's just about the fact that these things that they tell us, we just run with it. It's like, so that one story came all the way from slavery, and we know it right now in 2021. Why? Because it's what you wanted us to know. I guarantee you, if you look through Roots, there was a white person who produced it. At the end of the day, it's like,
Yeah.
fam, wrote it or whatever. So it's like, it's just, I like to question things without having to ask the question. I just post the reality and be like, this is what this looks like. This is what you're
Yeah.
telling me. This is what it is. Anyway, yeah, man, my name is Comedian CP, and I'm
Man.
fucking crazy, I guess. You know
Nah,
what I'm
this was
saying?
amazing. I love this. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
coming
bro.
on.
Thank you for
I
having
really
me,
appreciate
man. For real.
it. We're out. Peace.
Peace.